In the previous video, we had discussed the process of transcription. Today, we are going to discuss the next step, that is translation. See, in transcription, what had happened was DNA got converted into mRNA. Now, this process was transcription. Now, mRNA is the codons on this mRNA are going to get decoded to form amino acids. Amino acids are going to join, and what will be formed is polypeptide chain. Now, polypeptide chains form protein. So in process of translation, what happens is mRNA gets converted into protein. Now this conversion of mRNA into protein occurs at the site in the cytoplasm at ribosome. So this conversion occurs on the ribosome. Now let us see the steps in the conversion of mRNA into protein. Now let us start with the steps in this in translation. So the first step here is, so translation occurs by help of two steps. The first step is amino acylation of tRNA. Now this step is also known as charging of tRNA. Now, next step after this, that is second step, is formation of polypeptide chain. So now we will start with the discussion of the first step, that is amino acylation of tRNA. So let us see what does this step include. Now here first you have empty tRNA. What? You have empty tRNA. Now this tRNA has to be charged. Okay. So now what exactly happens here is the enzyme which is involved in this step. Okay. In this step the enzyme which is involved is amino acyl tRNA synthetase. Now this enzyme, what it does is it adds the amino acid at the 3' end, but before that what happens is amino acid gets activated. Okay, so activation of amino acid occurs. Then next, what happens is this activated amino acid goes and binds at the 3' CCA end. See, there are two ends, 5' and 3'. So 3' and CCA end of tRNA is the place where this activated amino acid binds. So amino acid binds at 3' CCA end of tRNA. Now all these steps, that is activation of amino acid and binding of the amino acid at 3' CCA end, takes place with the help of energy molecule, that is ATP. So here ATP and enzyme amino acid tRNA synthetase is required. So these are the requirements in this first step, that is amino acylation of tRNA. Again I will repeat, first you have empty tRNA. Okay, on this tRNA the enzyme amino acid tRNA synthetase adds amino acid. Now first the amino acid gets activated and it binds at 3' CCA end of the tRNA. So in this way the first step, now you have tRNA with amino acid. Okay, so here generally first amino, that is amino acid 1 tRNA complex is required for initiating the process of polypeptide chain synthesis. So let us see the next step, that is formation of polypeptide chain. Now, so for first step I hope you guys have understood. Now let's see the second step. B, that is formation of polypeptide chain. Now what happens here is, let us see the first step which is involved, that is initiation. Now, initiation of this polypeptide chain synthesis occurs with the help of initiation complex. Now, what is initiation complex? See, first thing that is required is initiation complex. Initiation complex is something which is required at the beginning. Now, the first thing which you require is your mRNA, from which obviously you are going to form the amino. It has codons, right? So mRNA with codons. Then second thing, now this mRNA goes and binds to the ribosome. So here you have larger subunit, you have smaller subunit of ribosome, and mRNA binds here like this. So you want, what do you need is 30S subunit and 50S subunit of ribosome. So you need smaller subunit and larger subunit of ribosome. So small subunit of ribosome, and you need the larger subunit of ribosome. Now next thing which you need is, so you have ribosome, you have mRNA. Now you need first AA1 tRNA complex. You need AA1 tRNA complex. Okay. Now next. So you have again first tRNA, okay, with first amino acid AA1, right? So you need all these things. Now for energy, for carrying out this entire process, you need ATP molecules, right? Okay, so this all is required for what? For initiation. Okay, now initiation complex done. Now what else you require is the initiation factors. Okay, so let's see here. So first initiation complex, then you require initiation factors, when you have both these things, the third thing is what you require is, first here you have larger subunit of ribosome, smaller subunit mRNA. Now here you have start codon AUG. Now to this start codon, what binds is the tRNA with U, A and C. When this codon binds with the anticodon, okay, codon anticodon binds, the process starts. Okay, so AA1 tRNA binds to start codon AUG on mRNA. So tRNA binds to mRNA, anticodon on tRNA binds to codon of mRNA. Okay, this binding occurs and the process starts. Now this AUG, now the fourth point here is AUG codes for what? It codes for methionine, okay, methionine in eukaryotes and formal methionine in prokaryotes. Again I will repeat, first initiation is complex is required, initiation factors are required, then binding of codon and anticodon is required. When this binding occurs, methionine is the amino acid which is released. Okay, so it is the first amino acid. Now this binding, everything occurs on ribosome, right? Now ribosome has three sides, so let us see. The first part was initiation complex, second part was initiation factors, third is binding of codon and anticodon, right? Then next is, fourth is, what you have to say is methionine is the first amino acid which is formed, right? Now fifth thing here is, in the we are talking about the initiation, right? Now initiation, it includes ribosome with three steps, with three sites. What are the three sites on this ribosome? So sites on ribosome, first there is P site, then you have A site and E site. Now what all things occur? Now P site is the site at which amino acid 1 tRNA complex can directly go and bind, whereas all the other amino acids have to wait, AA2, 3 and so on, have to first halt at A and then they can shift to P. Okay, now once they release the amino acid at P site A, so there is formation of AA1, AA2 and so on. The chain is formed here at P site, polypeptide chain is formed, and this now exit site is the site where the tRNA have first released its amino acids at P site. Now the empty tRNA will leave this entire ribosome from E site, that is exit site. Okay, so exit site is the site from which the empty tRNA will release or leave the ribosome. Okay, so again I will repeat. First, amino acid 1 tRNA will directly bind to P site. All the others have to halt at A site. Okay, and then they can shift to P site. Now P site means peptide is the site. So here the polypeptide chain is formed and it is released from P site. Now the empty tRNAs will be released from, or they leave the complex from E site again. Okay, I hope you guys have understood this P site, A site and E site. Okay, that's it about the initiation. So initiation complex, initiation factors, codon anticodon binding. Methionine is the first amino acid on formylmethionine in prokaryotes, and then 3 sites, P site, A site and E site. So that is it about initiation. For next step, that is elongation and termination, refer my next video, that is part 2 of translation. Thank you.